Sam was my nickname when I worked in the UK. Everybody had shortened my name to make it easy. I said, fine, no problem. I make breakfast के spelling गलत है ना? किया notice नहीं? Okay. It's breakfast. Punjabi wala breakfast, right? So it's a nice early morning in my hotel that I worked with in the UK. And I'm sitting in my office, and the office next to my office is the head chef's office. Kiska office hai? Head chef. So I'm hearing that there is some interview going on. And this was a small English village, 40 miles south of London, small English town where we had a lot of tourists and all that. Not many Indians there. And I'm hearing somebody in a very prominent Haryanvi Punjabi accent. मैं बड़ा खुश हुआ यार, अपना को बंदा आया और इंटरव्यू दे रहा है. तो head chef told me, Sam, I told you we wanted one person for a dishwasher. मैं कहा हाँ, I remember. कहता this application had come in. मेरी इंटरव्यू ठीक ठाक होगी, मतलब ठीक लग रहा है, but since he's from your part of world, why don't you also talk to him? I said, fine, I'll talk to him, send him over. So he comes to my office, and there's this very skinny, soft-spoken, nice-looking guy. His name is Prem. Prem came from the Jind district of Haryana. Now the interview regarding dishwasher is not very complicated. I said, have you operate? It's all machine-based. So what you have to do is you have to do the optimum utilization of the machine during the peak hours. So the machine is not idle, so that the dishes are going in, dirty dishes are going in from this side. And so when the hotel is very, very busy, we need the dishes out at a quick pace. So it's just basic common sense. It's not rocket science. Minimum wage. Minimum wage at that point in the UK was £4.80, I believe, at that point. So he told me, he said, sir, मैं तो इदां दे परिवार चों आना, साडी जिन्नी सब्जी भी उगदी है मैं सिर ते चुक के लैके असीं उत्थे जाके बेच के आने हैं. मतलब he was telling me about his financial conditions back home, very, very tough. Anyway, we hired him. Long story short, we hired him at basic minimum salary, which was 4.85. Now, this person was extra mile mindset. What was he? Which mindset? Extra mile. You remember the group here? But he was here. What would the group do? मेरी job क्या है? डिशवॉशर. मैं क्या करूंगा? डिश वॉश करूंगा. कंपनी मेरे को किस काम के पैसे देती है? डिश वॉशिंग के. That's what I will do, right? But he was very curious. Please remember, all my young friends, everything that you know about the world was thanks to curiosity, yes or no? All the big breakthroughs in physics or nuclear science in every field were thanks to curiosity, yes or no? And you don't need to go to Stanford or Harvard to be curious. You just need to have that curiosity inside you. So he would observe what's happening in other parts of the kitchen. So he could speak almost zero English. ये प्रॉब्लम बीच वालों को आती है, जीरो वाले होते हैं ब्लैंक स्लेट एंड ओपन माइंड. उसके लिए इंग्लिश भी वही बराबर थी, स्पेनिश भी वही बराबर थी, फ्रेंच भी वही बराबर थी, उसको तो कोई नहीं आती थी. तो ही केम टू मी वन डे, सर सैम, हाँ जी, मैनू ना इंग्लिश सिखा दो. मैं कहा तू किन्नी पढ़िया उत्थे? बिल्कुल भी नहीं पढ़िया. बड़ा मौका प्रोजेक्ट है. मैं कहा हम कर, ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, we can do. ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਮਾਈਂਡਡ, we can do something. ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਤੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਪਾਕਟ 'ਚ ਨਾ ਇੱਕ ਨੋਟਬੁੱਕ ਲਗਾ, ਐਂਡ ਐਵਰੀ ਡੇ ਔਰ ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਨਾ 1-2 ਵਰਡ ਸਿਖਾ ਦਿਆ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ. 2 ਵਰਡਸ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋ ਸਿੱਖ ਲੈ, 2 ਵਰਡ ਸ਼ੈਫ ਕੋ ਸਿੱਖ ਲੈ, ਕਿਤੇ ਨਾ ਕਿਤੇ 5-6 ਵਰਡਸ ਤੇਰੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਣੇ. ਸਾਮ ਅੱਜ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਨਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਲੰਚ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਟੈਨਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ. ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਯਾਰ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਵਾਲੀ ਪ੍ਰਿਵਿਲੇਜ ਯੂਕੇ में मिल रही है. I was very happy. So what he would do, which was, I mean, I used to go outside to eat or somewhere else, or I would have the Western continental meals. This guy was a very good cook. Every day I would have nice chicken curry or paneer curry along with the Punjabi rotiyan ban ke silver foil ch wrap karke. He was such a sweet guy. I became his unofficial English teacher. What do the Buddhists say? When the student is ready, the teacher will emerge. Was this student ready? Yes or no? Not only was he ready, he was hungry. How many of you are hungry? And not that hunger. How many of you are hungry? Is that a question? Okay, good, thanks. How many of you are hungry? You gotta have that hunger. When you have hunger, what do? There is no embarrassment. Sam, please teach me English. Chef, please teach me English. So सबने उसको मिलजुल कर 2-3-4 words English के सिखाने. Now because he was a blank slate, open mind blank slate, he was learning very, very quickly. Second, he had no other option. Everybody around him knew only one language, and that language was English. He started practicing, he got better. Now, here's the interesting part. There was a Spanish waitress working in our restaurant. Prem had started having a nice equation with her. And he also started learning Spanish from her side by side. I told you, there are no mental barriers. उसके लिए Spanish भी same है, English भी same है, उसको दोनों नहीं आती है. दोनों scratch से शुरू करना है. He started learning Spanish also. So he was learning 2 languages. He was sleeping 3 to 4 hours per day. He was getting the salary of a dishwasher and doing the work of a chef. हर जगह जाके इसने फिर chef से पूछना शुरू कर दिया, chef, teach me how to cook. So when it was not busy, the chef started telling him, okay, breakfast is the easiest meal in any hotel, right? It's eggs or, or simple stuff, or sausages and things like that, coffee and tea and toast and all that. Chef started teaching him how to make breakfast. बंदे की job क्या है? Dishwasher. Salary किस चीज की मिल रही है? Dishwasher की. Vision क्या है? आगे कुछ करना है. And then what happens? There is this ancient Greek saying which says, good luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunities. Good luck, how many of you would like to be lucky? Is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. किन 2 चीजों का संगम होता है? मेहनत का मौके के साथ. इन 2 चीजों में आपके हाथ में क्या है? मेहनत. मौका आपके हाथ में नहीं. मौका अपने टाइम पर आएगा. जब मौका आएगा तब सवाल ये होगा, आर यू रेडी और नॉट. मौका बता के नहीं आएगा. कभी भी किसी समय यू कैन गेट अपॉर्चुनिटीज. दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंड. Saturday night, our chef had a lot to drink. 8 a.m. Sunday morning, my entire restaurant is full, 250 people. My chef calls and says, I had too much booze last night. I have a bad hangover. Sorry, I can't come to work. Disconnect the call. I'm the manager. What do I do? What do I do? What are my options? People need to have breakfast, right? People need to have breakfast. What are my options? Look for a cook. 8 a.m. Sunday morning, 250 people waiting to eat. I go outside and say, hey, can I find a cook, please? Sorry? Staff member? Okay, good. What are my options? My only viable option is Mr. Prem Chand from Jind, Haryana. Who came to me and said, Sam, tension ka di, I make breakfast. Okay. Okay, you make breakfast now. This guy has zero knowledge about continental cooking. Zero. No formal training. There's other chefs who've been to 4 years of hotel school, culinary training. He's learned just by observing. I had no option. I said, go do it. I'll support you. I'll do whatever I can. I jumped in. I helped them with toast and others. Everybody jumped in. But he was the one who was on the hot plate, cooking everything. Everybody was taken care of. All our 250 guests were fed properly. We had a great breakfast. Round of applause there for Prem. Yes. Woohoo! Prem's story gets interesting. Next week, my regional general manager comes and says, what happened last week? I said, you know what? The head chef, George, he didn't turn up. He had too much booze the night before. He said, how did you manage breakfast? I said, I have this little gem here. His name is Prem. So really, a dishwasher was able to make breakfast? I said, indeed. Then why are we paying him the salary for a dishwasher? Why don't we promote Prem? Prem was promoted to assistant chef from a salary of 485 immediately to 8.05. All right, that's a step up for a person going the extra mile. Deserves a round of applause, doesn't it? But his story doesn't end there. It gets very interesting. I tell you, if you go into that group where there is less competition, you suddenly flourish. He started learning Spanish. Now, he started learning English. He got better with his cooking. Everything he has the right attitude, the right mindset. He didn't have the skill set, yes or no? Earlier skill set nahi tha, but kya tha? Mindset tha. And I tell you this, if you have the right mindset, you can acquire the skill set. Skills आप सीख सकते हो, पर अगर दिमाग खराब हो गया ना, तो वो हर चीज का नुकसान कर देता है. So you got to keep your mindset positive. You with me? In the next 3 years, long story short, Prem got promoted to 12 pounds an hour, to 15,000 pounds per annum. Last, when I left my job, he was on a salary of 22,000 pounds as an assistant head chef in a period of 4 years from zero to hero. His story still does not end there. He and the Spanish waitress, they got married. He moved to Barcelona. Today, Prem runs 5 pizza takeaway outlets in Madrid, in Spain. So if you go and visit him, go to one of his outlets. Right? He still calls me. He still calls me and I know when he calls, he'll still have that Sam, ki haal hai, right? He'll still have that same way, but his progress is unbelievable, phenomenal. So if you want to do that, you want to have success in your life, there are no shortcuts. Okay. Take a deep breath in and affirm to yourself, there are no shortcuts to success. Say out loud, please, there are no shortcuts to success. जो शख्स आपको शॉर्टकट दिखा रहा है, he's playing on your weakness. You're vulnerable, you're young, you want everything quickly. Whoever comes and promises you a shortcut is playing on your weakness. Success, whether it's in India or Canada or US, there are no shortcuts. Jada kam karan da tarika, oda itthe hi America. Right? And that is the second thing you got to keep in mind. If your mindset is right, you can create and add value anywhere.